This is Sunday Satsang, May 18th, Grishma Maina, Garam Kal, hot season. Someone told me you have AC, but you don't use it. Is that true? Little sometimes. Okay, yeah. Yeah, because I don't have them, but I would like that. Sometimes. No, I'm not joking. I never go buy me one. No, I'm NAC. You AC, I have NAC. Natural AC. I sleep out here on the veranda. That's right. Me and the monkeys and birds are all sleeping out here. Okay, what's going on? Any questions?
Yes, we have.
That's for internet?
Yeah, it's from my sannyasi friend, sannyasi.
Sannyasi friend?
Yes.
That's right.
She's in Bersana now.
Female sannyasi?
But not Radha Kunda.
Sannyasi Wali?
Yes.
Okay. See, a question is asked. Wait. There's a question asked, in Vrindavan, there are many Brijvasis who do what they call Raslila performances, which is performed by young Brahmin men, and they form a mandali, Rasa Mandali, and they enact different leelas of Krishna in general, and usually Radha and Krishna. Sometimes it's Nanda Baba, Madha Mango, and different things mixed up. But the general theme is Krishna and the gopis. So the question is asked, I want to know about books on this topic, Asura, Shatakas, Bhajan's origin history, or anything about that. What would you say? I think you probably have a better answer than I can say. I should say she should contact Fatah Krishna from the Vrindavan Lord Bazaar. What would you say? I mean, she's asking about books that describe these Raslila dramas. Well, there's a book by a professor, Haberman, from America called Acting as a Way of Salvation. It's called Acting as a Way of Salvation. He describes in detail about Raslila Mandalis and how they're portraying Radha Krishna. By meditating on them, you can enter the Leelas. I have the book. You must be knowing that book. It's a very popular book.
I have it.
You have it also?
Yeah, I read it. It's very nice.
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah.
So, there's a book called Acting as a Way of Salvation by David Haberman. You can look up on the net, maybe you can get a PDF copy of that book. And in the bibliography of that book, there's 300 books mentioned. The guy read like 300 books to research. And there's a lot of books in there about Asta-lila and Braj. There are many books that will just answer your question. I don't know offhand, but I know that's a good start. Because in that book, he has a list of so many books about the topic they wrote about, which is what you're asking about. Raslila Mandalis is what it's called. Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe. Do you have books in German or Swiss about it?
No, I have in Switzerland some books, but I forgot actually the titles. But I got them in Vrindavan.
You bought them in English?
Yes. Lot is
Rasviari?
Yes.
Yeah, he has a lot of books on different subjects. I wrote books on meditation and yoga there. Yeah, all kinds of stuff. Rasviari. Anything else?
No.
Yeah.
Just like you asked.
Yeah.
Someone asked her, what does it mean 108? Why it's so special number? 108.
Why is that's a AI question. That's the easy way out of everything now. Just check AI, don't bother you. The question is, why is 108 an auspicious number? I read sometime, someplace about this, but somehow or other, I really can't answer based on Shastra why 108 is auspicious. But we see across traditions, it's not only in Hindu tradition, we see in Buddhist tradition and other traditions of philosophy and religion, 108 is there. Some people, they don't know how to count. So like in Roman Catholic tradition, they have a japa mala made of rosewood. It's called a rosary. But there's only 107 beads. they don't know how to count properly or something. Somehow they missed the number. But 108 is seen everywhere. There's 108 Upanishads. Because one thing is in numerology, all numerology is based on the number 9, on 9 numbers, 1 through 9. So each number has a philosophical and a physical characteristic and meaning that numerologists use to interpret fortune or misfortune, success or failure. So 108 means 9. So 1 plus 8 is 9. So everything is always reduced to 9. And also, they have a calculation in Ayurveda, they calculate human life by number 9 also. How many groups of 9 do you live? So whenever you pass a group of 9, then that's sometimes a turning point in life. Many people die at 63. 63 is what? 7 nines. Many people die at 70. 77. 72. And 81. And 9 times 99. 9 times 11 is how much?
10 is 90.
Yeah, 9 times 12 is 108. So there's 9 planetary systems, 9 major planets, and there's 12 months a year. So all these numbers, all these things are interconnected. For example, if you cross 99 and go to 100, there's a good chance you're going to go to 108. Because every time you get past through a group of 9, you usually make it to the next 9. Usually, if you get to 81, you get to 82, you probably go to 90. But usually you cut down to 81. 9 times 9, 81, true. You can find this very, very, very places. 9 times 3 is 27. There's a phenomenon in the rock and roll world, it's called the 27 number. There's many great rock and roll musicians in the last century, they all died at the age of 27. It's because it's related to this 9 concept. Jimi Hendrix, he died at 27. Who else?
Jim Morrison. Janis
Strange Days.
Joplin. Janis Joplin.
Janis Joplin.
Kurt Cobain.
Kurt Cobain.
Oh,
Pete Ham.
Kurt Cobain.
Pete Ham from Badfinger died at 27. A lot of people.
I think we got the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame sitting in the class. That's
I
good.
wasn't born about it.
Well, okay, well, I wasn't either, by the way.
You brought it up.
Yeah, that's also there. Okay, I'm sorry. Well, forgive me. We're both crabby.
I'll take half.
It's good comedy, though. Crabby. What's that? Dog in ecstasy or what?
There is some.
Dog just had mom for sorrow.
Went to Vaikuntha.
Yeah, went to my country. So 108. It's auspicious number. It gives off auspicious vibration. It's used, we say 108, Shri Shri, Premananda Das Shri Maharaj. It's a way of honoring saintly people. So it's in the Vedic system, and as I said, Buddhist tradition, 108 is very auspicious. Buddhist side is auspicious, why and all the details I don't know. I told you what I can put together. But it's all, 108 is also related to 9. Just like the Battle of Kurukshetra, how many days did it last?
18.
18 is what?
9.
9. So the real thing here is not 108, it's the number 9. Number 9 is a very auspicious number. Turn upside down, becomes 6. 6 becomes 9. So, nine years old, you're really nonsense. 18 years old, you're half nonsense. 27, you're too serious about yourself. Then 36, you realize there's somebody else in the world besides you. Then 45, you're thinking to start over again. At 54, you think you made it. At 63, you start going to the gym. Take your vitamins. At 72, you make out your will. At 81, you're going to start going to the temple. And 90, you go to creation ground. Goodbye, Charlie. So watch for number 9. I remember somebody did my Brigu reading, talking about the future, when I was about 40 years old. So when you're 69, it'll be a very significant year for you. So I said, well, maybe I'll get darshan Rani or something like that. So when I was 69, I had a stroke. And a picture frame fell on my head. 2 meters long glass frame fell over my head in my temple room, off the wall. But it turns out that breaking glass is very auspicious. Breaking some glass breaks, it depends on certain, it fell out of my head. But it was Radha Kunda. So it was good. But I got a little cuts and some on my leg and stuff, but I was okay. But they say it means new beginning. All difficulties finished, a new beginning. So it's true. Okay, so let's see what's the question then. Yeah.
I have a practical question.
Okay.
In years past, you, during summertime, would shift the time to like 4 to 6. Is that going to be happening soon?
No, yeah,
Because it's getting a little tasty out there.
yeah, that's, yeah, yeah, okay. Because you asked that last year also.
Did I?
But because we're having it become second nature, we need to change it. But this year I should be a little more compassionate for the audience. I agree with you, we should change it. So starting next Sunday, and Saturday is only the hardcore guys come anyway. So those guys who get, our family will get tortured on Saturday. So Saturday, Sunday before the 6th, until rainy season starts. And they start next month. Someone said it's coming early. You heard that? Where's it coming?
It's already arrived in Kerala, like some shower.
Oh, Kerala is like Mars then.
No, but it usually arrives on like 1st of June there.
Oh,
So
okay,
it's
that's
coming.
the idea. So rainy season may start June. Good. Okay, so next week, 4 o'clock. Good idea.
Internet question go there.
Oh, yeah.
A devotee is asking a question that he knows many non-devotees who are good, who have good qualities, and compared to many devotees. But in Shastra it says that devotees have all good qualities, whereas non-devotees don't have any good qualities. How to digest that? How to understand it?
The question is asked that devotees are supposed to have also many 28 good qualities, and non-devotees also we see have many good qualities. But many times in Shastra it says that all the good qualities of a non-devotee are worthless. Because quality, so why, what's the question?
He says that he knows many non-devotees who are very good, generous, having good qualities.
Yeah.
And he sees devotees who don't have any of those qualities. So he's
So what's the question? That's true, that's everyone can see that, so what's the question?
And Shastra says the opposite. How to understand?
Oh. Shastra says, devotees have all good qualities and non-devotees have all bad qualities. But the person sees that devotees have all bad qualities and non-devotees have all good qualities. So am I blind or Shastra are blind or what's going on? So the point of view of the Shastra, what you define as good and what they define as good is a different thing. Shastra's define good as anything which can be used to develop love for Krishna is good. It's part of Bhakti Bhajan. It's called Sankalpa, was it? Accepting? Anukulyasya Sankalpa Pratikulyasya Marjana. Accept everything favorable to serve Krishna, reject everything unfavorable. So if anger is needed to serve Krishna, then get angry and beat up somebody who tries to come in the temple and break the knees. So someone says, I swear he's really get angry. You beat the guy up. So from Shastra, from Krishna's viewpoint, that devotee got angry and defended the temple Murti and beat up an aggressor, an offender. That person is a hero and a great bhakta. So greatness or goodness is measured by how one is surrendered in serving Krishna, not necessarily how peaceful, generous, kind, mild, peaceful one is. So he may see more good qualities in non-devotees, but the real quality of human life, because human life itself is meant to be a devotee of Bhagavan, Vishnu, Ram, Krishna. So one has all money, good health, good body, good everything, but he doesn't have any devotion for Bhagavan. His life is ditchfall. He takes repeated birth. Because only by bhakti can one get mukti. So you have good qualities, we recognize that, we respect that, and it's good to have good qualities. But it's like Prabhupada says, so many zeros. You go have your bank account has all zeros, it doesn't mean anything. But 100 zeros was a one in front of it, then you're a millionaire. So the devotee may have all observable bad qualities, but he has the one quality of Bhagavan Sharanagati. surrendered soul, he's successful in life. And eventually, by surrendering to Krishna and serving Krishna, by and by, maybe not today, but after 10 or 20 years, that person will show good qualities, more good qualities. So it's like comparing, how a swan and a crow. They both can fly, but who's more attractive? Swan. So in the eyes of Bhagavan, you may have good qualities and that's objectively seen, but if you're not surrendered to Bhagavan and attached to serving Bhagavan, your life is a failure. That's told all throughout Shastra. I mean, I used to go to Puri and stay in an ashram on the beach. There was a bunch of yogis, yoga ashram. And they're all worshippers of Shivananda and Brahmasayuja. They're the best people I ever met. They're so kind and loving. And I never met such devoted, loving people in my life. I lived there every year for 10 years. For 6 weeks I stayed in the ashram. And one time I was hungry, so I didn't come to the ashram for lunch. And later, a couple hours, one bhakta from the ashram came to my room with a tiffin. He said, the Guruji is worried. You didn't come for lunch. So Guruji is fasting. Because Guruji won't take prasad until everybody in the ashram takes prasad. I said, I'm not in the ashram, I'm just a guy from Vrindavan. I'm just here for 1 month. I don't do anything in the ashram. I'm just chilling. Swimming, walking, having a good time. He said, well, Guruji sent this prasad, so you take it. I said, okay, take it. No, I'll sit here. You take it in front of me. The Guruji said, you give that tiffin, make sure he eats it. So I said, okay, wait outside the door. So I ate real fast. Okay. Because he wanted Guruji to eat, because he couldn't eat until Guruji ate. So because I didn't eat, nobody ate. So he was going to make sure. So I ate in front of him. So I felt really bad. Next day I said, Guruji, I'm sorry. So that's like high-end behavior. They're not bhaktas. They're not Vaishnavas. They worship Brahman. But they really know how to love and how to treat people and had all good qualities and more. I learned so much. Or I saw so much. I didn't learn anything, but I appreciate it. Okay, what's happening? Question. The necklace?
I'm sorry if I'm not able to phrase it properly, but my question is on doership.
On what?
On doership. Like,
You're not.
I want to ask you, like, in 327, Krishna is saying, like, you're identifying with the modes of nature, that is why you think that you are the doer. So, I was wanting to know, like, in the spiritual world, when the Manjaris and whenever the spiritual associates are doing seva, do they have any sense of doership, or is it only a thing of the material world?
What's the last part?
Like, is it only existing in the material world?
Yeah. In the spiritual world, they don't have mind. They only have heart.
It's so nice.
The problem in the material world is mind. Mind is measuring, calculating, right, wrong, accept, reject. I did, you did, who did. Their mind, their whole life is made of heart, of love. Their body is called Bhava Srupini. Radharani's body is made of love. So she thinks love, she talks love, She thinks. The Manjaris and Sakis, they think, they act, they do. But they always think love, speak love, do love. So we can't relate to that reality. She said, I made this garland. My garland's bigger than yours. They just think how to please Krishna and Radharani, that's all. That's what that means. So that's a different realm. There's no doership there. Everything's done by Leela Shakti, Yogamaya, everything's done. When you go, Radha Krishna take bath in Radhika. They come out, their clothes are all wet. The Manjaris forgot to bring dry clothes because they're spaced out. Just like here we go on yatra, people forget to bring my gupshup. So I don't go because whatever, use somebody else's gupshup. So when they actually bathe, they have to get some dry clothes. So look at the trees, and the trees produce clothes for each sucky. The trees usually produce flowers, they also produce flowers. But when they come out, when there's a Radharani's dress, there's Lita's dress, there's Vishaka's dress. Every dress, the particular dress is there. New one, dry one. Say the same as we all. And you go to a clothing store, there's a dress rack. You go, oh, this one. I'll take this one. So it's to hang on a tree. Here I read one book made Krishna Kamudi. There's dressed inside watermelons or something like that. They'll open a watermelon and the dress comes out or something. It's like a fortune cookie. They're not all red dresses either. Watermelon's red inside. The dress are different colors. Hey, you ever heard that? Inside watermelon comes out a dress. That was some previous traveling time.
From pumpkin candy.
Cinderella from a pumpkin. What's the question? Any question?
I do have a question about our obstacles on our bhakti path. I mean, there are thousands of obstacles, and how do I change it? Like, is it very individual or also collective? Because in Shastra sometimes it's very clearly that how I should act and to come like closer to them. So, but is it some like they would say you go to a doctor and he will say you don't overeat anymore. Like also it's mentioned we should not overeat, or we should maybe the doctor would say don't eat in the night anymore. And it can help our bhajan. So also Guru can maybe say that very clearly. But maybe I have so much, I don't know, attachment still, I cannot change it. So maybe he says do it slowly by slowly. Or somebody else would maybe say do it, don't do it, eat as much, and then maybe you realize what is best for you. So how to navigate in this, do it more, do it, stop it, and how is this very individual? When can I come closer to bhakti and to the sastras, what they say? Is this coming from the samskaras also? You got the question?
The basic thing is, all answers come from you. But there's you and there's Krishna eternally together. You're in the heart and Krishna's in the heart. So we have to get in touch with Krishna to get direction from Krishna. And Krishna says this comes by bhakti, by devotion. Bhagavad Gita chapter 10, verse 10. Tesham salatayuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam tadami buddha yogantam yena mama viyanti te If you do Bhakti Bhajan with Preeti, with love, you lovingly chant the holy name, you lovingly read Bhagavatam, you lovingly treat devotees, you lovingly live in the holy Dham, you saturate your life with love and devotion everywhere you turn, and only eat Krishna Prasad. Eventually Krishna starts directing you and guiding you from your heart. The answer is it's individual, it's not collective. Everyone has to go their own way. Everyone's path is different. Your path is different than mine, my path is different than yours. But the oneness is that Krishna is in my heart, Krishna is in your heart. And how much am I connected to Krishna, and how much are you connected to Krishna? Only I know, only you know. So the way to solve all your problems in life is to get more connected with Krishna by opening yourself to the reality of Krishna right in your heart. You don't have to go anywhere, to any book or anywhere. You just have to go look within. That's what Jesus said also. The kingdom of God is within you. So the kingdom of God, we don't have a kingdom of God, we have a king of God. We don't say the kingdom of God is within you. We say the king. We say God is within you. Krishna is in your heart. Radharani is in your heart. They're guiding you. So you have to soften your heart and open your heart to find them and hear what they have to say, and they'll guide you. As far as practical roadmap, the best book to get for that is Madhurya Kadambini by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, with the commentaries of Sri Anantadas Babaji Maharaj. Very good commentaries. Madhurya Kadambini by Vishwanath Chakravarti. Maybe you can get it on the net. PDF file.
Yes.
You download from Google search PDF Anantadas Babaji commentary. It's very, very good. It shows you exactly what the obstacles are at different stages. And you can say, oh, is that in me? Then you pray to Krishna heart, please take this out of me. Please help me overcome this. So you have a map, you have a guide, you have a map, you have a navigator and a driver. You're the driver, the navigator is Super Soul, Krishna in your heart, and the map is the book. So you over the map, the navigator says, oh, I've been on this road before. Turn right, turn left. Okay. Turn right, turn left. Questions? Yeah.
Sometimes there are situations where the seva of the manjaris is very challenging. Like for example, when Radharani is in a great separation, so she's about to leave the body, the manjaris have to keep her alive. Could you speak a little on the seva and how the manjaris can deal with this situation?
The question is asked that when Radharani feeling separation from Krishna and she wants to give up her body, even Rupa Goswami describes in, I think it's Lita Madhav or something. Vidagdha Madhav. That Radharani wants to throw her body in Yamuna and drown herself and quit suicide by drowning in Yamuna. So at times when Radharani is suffering in separation from Krishna, it's very challenging times for the seva of the manjaris. So can I comment what they do or how they do or what?
How they deal with that situation? How manjaris deal with that?
How they deal with that separation. Well, that's the difference between a manjari and a sakhi. The sakhis identify so much with Radharani's separation, they become dysfunctional. The sakhis can't do much, but the manjaris have a built-in regulator that they don't go to the point of incapacitation. They don't go to the point of non-activity. So even in stressful, they're like a SWAT team. Manjaris are like a SWAT team, where the ordinary policemen or the sakhis, they can't do anything. They have to call in. The manjaris have the ability to stay patient and stay collective and cool-headed you will realize suffering. So they do all kinds of different services to alleviate. They speak to her, they recite songs to her, they cool her with different kind of lemongrass and usira grass and crushed sandalwood pastries with camphor on her body. They lay her down on moist and lotus stems. They do so many different things because she was very hot in head and very hot in body, but she's burning in separation. So the gopis, the Manjaris do different services to cool her body and cool her heart and cool her mind. By touch services for the touch and for her ears, for her heart, they speak, they sing, they give her massages, they give her drinks, cooling drinks, chamomile tea, sedative type drinks, to relax her nerves. Because when you read in Radha Krishna Gaudiya Shiva, Shaktis know how to make different herbal medicines. They have different talents. They know how to make different potions and different things to cool her down. They make different drinks, cooling drinks, like sherbets. What they call it, Rosasava.
Gulab.
Gulab Sharbat.
Huh?
Gulab Shah.
Roof Afza.
Yeah, Ruasa. And the different things they make, cooling drinks. So the thing that relieves our life from separation the most is to speak about Krishna. The some gopis have a very nice tone. Just like, some devotees have a very nice voice, so they sing kirtan. It melts the heart when you hear their voice. So some Manjaris are like a frog. They sing like a frog, so they don't do this service. But some Manjaris are like Gandharvas, so they sing poetry and songs about Krishna Radharani, a very soothing tone, cooling tone. So this way they relieve Radharani. Bob, you want to answer that?
Yeah, they're also very good at lying.
Yeah.
Krishna's coming soon. It'll be all right.
Oh,
This
yeah,
helps
that's-
also. Yeah, they lie a lot.
Stop lying. It's just time bending.
Nice.
You say lie, I say time bending. Krishna's coming, we didn't say when.
Very good. You're a good liar. Wow. Look how you bent that. I like it.
Okay, question. Carry a question, no question. When your eyeballs start sweating, then you know it's hot. You come outside, you blink your eyes 60 times a minute, but it's so hot your eyes feel like they have sand on them before you blink, Then you feel like when you open the door, go outside, your head, put your head up and check the pizza. Eyeballs, glass of heat. I got some rose water from Radha the other day. It's right there. That's what my feet. Cool down. It's nice. I have.
You have.
I tell you, I have it. I'm doing it.
You have enough.
Yeah, for now. Any more questions? No more questions.
What I see in my sadhana is that surrender is lacking. So how surrender can be improved? And how can increase surrender? So that is where I feel I got stuck.
Surrendering, I see it surrendering as lacking. How can I improve my surrender? I feel that my lack of surrender is indicating I'm stuck in my bhakti progress. How can I surrender more and progress more quickly on the path of bhakti bhajan? Right? You have to do self-examination. Where are you not surrendering? Why are you not surrendering? I'm lazy. It's too hot. Okay, buy an air conditioner. It's too hot to do bhajan, I can't. So first you have to define what is the cause of not being surrendered. Then act to remove to correct the cause. Like you say, I'm feeling lazy in my bhajan. Maybe you're not getting up early enough. If you're not sleeping enough, maybe you need more sleep or get up earlier. Even generally, it's said that every hour of rest before 12 o'clock is equal to 2 hours rest after 12 p.m. So you rest at 9 o'clock, you have at 3. Because from 9 to 12, 9 p.m. to 12 p.m., that's 3 hours rest. From 9 to 12 is 3 hours on the clock. But the body rest is 6. Now from 12 o'clock till 3 a.m., that's 3 hours. The body rest is 3 hours. So 6 and 3 is 9 hours rest. If you take rest at 11 or take rest at 12, then you need 9 hours rest, so you have to get up at 9 o'clock, 9 a.m. 12 to 9 is 9 hours. If you get up at 9 o'clock, you're totally dead. Your body is not good for biorhythm. The human body is made such a way you should get by sunrise. So now your body's automatically going to get nervous or restless around sunrise, no matter what time you take rest. So now, how are you going to get your 8 or 9 hours if you take rest at 12 and you get up at 5? So one thing is check the sleep situation. It's a very important thing about bhajan. Sleep is a very important thing about bhajan. Because sleep is connected to the intelligence, buddhi. It's in the Bhagavatam. Insufficient sleep, the buddhi doesn't work. And bhakti, without buddhi, you can't do bhakti. No buddhi, no bhakti. You need intelligence to control your senses and do bhakti and study shastra and meditate. Rest is the most important thing. And then why am I getting up late? Because I'm eating at night, so don't eat at night. Many things. So the first thing you have to check is your eating and sleeping. And see where I can tighten up here. Am I eating and sleeping? Get the maximum energy for bhajan. Because usually lack of surrender means lack of intellectual energy. Lack of surrender means a lack of intellectual energy. To the food, to the sleep, you have to see what kind of foods, when you're eating, what type of food, what quality of food, how much sleep. These are two most important things of a sadhaka. Eating and sleeping. That's why Rupa Goswami, what does he say when he describes bhajan, Upadeshamrita? Vatsha Vegam. Vatsha Vegam. He says to control the pushing of the tongue. Control the tongue. Which is eating and sleeping are together. So first, check this out on all different levels. Because I know many devotees at a certain age of the human body, they need this much sleep. They get older, usually older people sleep less, generally. But you have to see, when you're sleeping less, you're feeling dull brain because you're reducing your sleep, but you're reducing your brain power also. So your bhajan is like, you're sleeping 3 hours and you're sleeping 6 hours during bhajan. So that's the thing. Regulation, is the main thing. But you have to find your regulation, because your regulation can vary in seasons also. summer season may need more rest. So in Southern Ayurveda, they say Vata people need more rest in the summertime. So there are many things are there. The prakriti of the body, what's your nature, the seasons, I have to adjust everything. In being a spiritualist, being a sadhaka, you have to be a scientist. You have to be a scientist. You have to balance earth, water, fire, air, ether. You have to balance all these things. You have to know the science, how all these things work to produce intellectual energy. The less you eat, the more power you have of mind. You eat very little and sleep enough, they have a very good mind, a very strong body. Less food and sleep what you need, and you have a very strong mind. I eat very little. My mind is very good by Krishna's mercy. So I'm alert. Maybe I sleep 6 hours one day, 7 hours. I don't pay much attention to that. But eating, I eat just little, just keep going. Ice cream. Pizza. The body is a machine. You want to drive a Ford or a Ferrari? You can drive a Ford or a Ferrari. What do you want?
Lamborghini.
Always an odd guy, everyone. We're both Italian.
Oh,
Lamborghini's better, I agree, but I'll try to be a little poetic, you know. Ford or Ferrari. Ford or Lambo it's not poetic. He's a practical Indian. He chooses a Ferrari over a Ford. So our body should be a Ferrari, not a Ford. Should be lazy, dull, trying to sleep, eat, should be dynamic. You're supposed to be bhakti yogis. Sit straight, think straight, walk straight. Unless you eat too much sweet rice, they have an excuse. We used to have a phrase in the Brahmacharya ashram. Chant till you rattle, eat till you waddle.
Till you rattle, eat till you rattle.
Chant till you rattle. Like a grease rattle, till you make a noise. Chant till you rattle, walk till you waddle. Waddles like a duck waddles, duck waddles. Backside goes, whoop, yeah. Chant till you rattle, eat till you waddle. You eat too much, you can't walk straight. Oh, this is Brahmacharya days, long ago. Beginning days. Like you're having a fight or something. Anything else? Yeah. Oh, that's good. Go ahead.
Vijay, I have a follow-up question on this. Because you have this article, I think it's called Who is Doing Bhakti, where you've written like it is Krishna who's mainly doing our sadhana also, and sometimes he withdraws the energy. So what are we actually doing? Like what is the jeev doing in all of this?
Cooperating. The question is asked, It's said that actually the Hari Katha is Bhagavan. There's Karta and Hari Katha. The Hari Katha is Bhagavan. There's two Kartas. There's two doers. One doer is Paramatma, the other doer is Atma. So, but the Atma can't do anything without the sanction and the energy given by the Paramatma. That's why we say that Krishna is actually doing everything. In the Gita, there's a verse that says there's 5 factors of action. Verse: Deva, Kala, Kshetra, Indriya. 5 factors of action.
It's an 18th chapter.
Yeah.
Like 17 or so. 18th chapter. Deva, Indriya. I forgot. Anyway, 5 factors of action, and one of them is a jiva. The red one is deva. Deva means Paramatma, Bhagavan, and the devotees, and the place and the senses. So all these things.
18, 14.
Right?
18, 14 and 15. The seat of action, the performer of the
What's the Sanskrit?
Adhishtanam tatha karta karanam cha pratha budam vivitas cha pratha cheshta deva.
Yeah, that's one. 1814. Yeah, so you're asking the question, who's doing? Krishna, basically, there's 5 factors of action. So 4 out of 5, how much is that? 80%. 80% of everything that's being done is all being done by Krishna. We as the doer are also Karta. We're only 20% doer. Every 80% of everything that's being done is done by Krishna and the devotees, or extensions of Bhagavan. So that's why I said our bhakti, the energy, the divine energy, the sort of Shakti to engage in bhakti bhajan is the energy of Krishna. So Krishna's doing it. Krishna's enabling us to do it. He's actually doing it. Krishna's saying around, Krishna's helping us read, study, remember, and meditate. It's all Krishna doing it. And we're holding hands with Krishna, we're doing it together. Because the Atma can't do anything without holding hands with the Paramatma. See yourself holding hands with the Paramatma, you are dead in this body. Then you go, you hold hands, skip on down the street and jump into another body. It's called rebirth. Okay, anything else? Yes, Sri Krishna ji.
I've met quite a few devotees that are either having too much brevity or too much gravity. Could you tell how to best balance these two?
The question is asked, some devotees should sit down. Sit over here or over there somewhere. Explain, they shouldn't stand. Question is asked, some devotees have too much brevity and some devotees have too much gravity. So what's the question?
How do you balance the two?
Briefly have gravity. What do you mean by brevity?
They take the devotional practice a little too lightly.
Oh, light, you mean light that
Yeah,
way,
yeah.
that way. I thought this was right. Yeah, in other words, the question, let me see if I got the question right. That's where I have to start. Some devotees take the practice of Bhakti Bhajan too lightly. They don't take it seriously enough. And some take it so seriously they never smile in 300 years.
Yes, that's
So what, now what?
balance.
Smile more and work less.
From both sides, how someone who's overgrade can be more lighthearted, how someone who's too lighthearted can be a little more serious.
Okay, how can the one who's very serious lighten up a little bit, Now in the free for all, easygoing guy get more serious. So the easygoing guy get more serious if he or she studies more. They should study the Tava of Bhagavatam and Gita more, then they'll sober up. Bhagavatam and Gita are classes in sobriety, because you're drunk with your youth and your health, and you think everything's okay, just chant, dance, be happy. That means you haven't studied sufficiently to get serious enough in bhajan and understand the rarity of human life and the urgency of human life. We can die tomorrow, and how much are we Krishna conscious today? So we can answer that individually. So you have to be 100% Krishna conscious to attain Krishna when you die. So get to it, gets you more serious. Now the guy is too serious, he has the trouble. He has more trouble. Because it's his nature to be very serious. But as he progresses closer to Krishna, he'll start to take on the jovial nature of Krishna. So the serious guy should get more serious. The serious guy should become more serious. He's serious, he should get so serious, he comes to the level of Baba Bhakti. Then Baba Bhakti will chant, dance like a madman, and laugh his head off and be happy. So the serious guy should make him more serious, and the unserious guy, you should make him more serious also. That's the question. That's the answer. I can add one thing. Amen. Peace be with you. So, where have you found anybody that's so serious?
Well, I won't name names.
I haven't seen it around this place.
I didn't say it was him.
I have more serious guys here.
What kind of guys are here? Oh, you got your whole seat. Any other questions? Yeah.
Could you follow up again on this discussion?
How long are you going to follow till you start leading?
Could it be, we also have read that bhakti is very blissful even in the stage of sadhana. Like there is, Vishwanath Chakravarti always writes.
It's blissful in the stage of sadhana when you come to Nishta. Before that, it's a pain in the ass. Before that, you have to work your tail off. You get free from your indulgence. Calm, crows, sorry. You have to go. There's no bliss with that. With those things there, you're suffering. You're anartha, they're called anartha. Anartha, not art, anart. Bad things. No value, no art, no value, no significance. Undesirables. You have to get rid of undesirables to experience the bliss of bhakti. So you do that by seva, more seva, less speculation. Just like this story here. She has a house, she has a maid, some helpers, but she herself sweeps the floors, washes clothes, washes the ashram. Because she likes to do work, to make her ashram clean and neat and tidy. So you have to sit back. She's not lazy. So you shouldn't be lazy about bhakti. You should be very energetic to get out and do the bhakti. You want the bliss of bhakti, you have to work for it. You don't get anything in life without working hard. How you got the degree, how you got a qualification, without studying for so many years. So bhakti is blissful, but it's also, it's a yoga. You have to follow Upada Samrita. You have to follow Bhakti Siddhanta. Vachuvegam, are you doing that? Well, no, well then, why am I not blissful? I'm not controlling my senses, I'm not controlling my eating, sleeping. It's not just mental. Study and learn a bunch of facts and figures. I'll get bliss. It's not the way it works. There's many factors that 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 equals bliss. Not just study equals bliss. There's no other way. Study, chant, serve, surrender. Everything involved. Sadhana and Kirtan is the beginning, that's the basis. But it goes down in the Vedana. When you get the dasya, when you actually have dasya bhav, then you start to experience bliss. Dasya bhav means the bhav of a servant and service. With hands, with nose, with feet, with mind, everything served. Beginning always serving with your mind and tongue. Sadhana and Kirtan. But it ends up Abhinaveda. Abhinaveda means your whole atma, body, mind, words, heart, soul, everything. Then you get the bliss. Dasyam, Sakyam, Abhinaveda. The bliss comes in Dasyam. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishwaswaram, Padaseva. Arsanam, Bandhanam, Arsanam, Bandhanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Abhinaveda. Go reach at the level of Abhinaveda. They're in ultimate bliss. So someone's on that level sharing bliss. See, when you feel like that, say, oh, I just bliss. Yeah, because that person is on the level of Abhinaveda, you're on the level of Sadhana Kirtanam. You want the bliss of Abhinaveda, you're on the level of hearing and chanting, and doing AI to write your papers. I wrote an article and somebody just wrote me a message. Is this AI or did you write this? I said, yeah, I wrote it. AI assistant. I use AI typing program, right? GPT. No, GTP. GPT. Great personal tool. That's what I think it is. GPT, great personal, good personal tool. It's a helpful thing, it's okay. Because when I was writing my essay with GTP or GPT, I was speaking and I was typing. And I was just speaking and I was typing, that feature. Then it started going to write his own essay. Shut up, I don't care. I turned it off. And what you're saying is a very esoteric aspect of Gaudiya Vaisnava. I said, what are you talking about? I was reading, he started telling me all this stuff about Radha Kunda. I said, what? I turned it all off. Because I don't have my mind right. I think it jumps in the middle of your essay and starts telling you what he wants to say. It's like having two heads on your shoulder, you know. I want to. Okay, question. I think that's it. What time is it?
4:44.
Yeah, that's about it. Anybody else have anything to say? Anything on that?
No.
RTG, you have any question? Okay then, Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe.